أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه وله وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, we continue with our explanation of the book of مختصر منهاج القاصدين لشيخ الإسلام ابن قدامة رحمه الله, ابن قدامة المقدسي. And this book is a book of morals and manners, spiritual aspect of every physical ibadah and mu'amala. We have ibadah, as-salah. There is a physical aspect of it. الركوع والسجود والقيام والرفع والقراءة, all of these things. We are going up and down and reciting and bowing and prostrating and all of that. But there is another aspect of it, is standing in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. It is feeling that you are elevated to the heavens. You are talking to your Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are living that spiritual state, and then you have this elevation over there and during the salah. And after you finish, you become fresh. And that's when the salah will do its effect. But if it is just a physical act, it actually may make you exhausted because you added a physical exertion there. But if the spirit did what it's supposed to do during the salah, if you feel the guidance that you are asking for, if you feel that you are abd of Allah, if you feel that Allah is ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, if you feel that you need His help and His support, if you know that Allah is the greatest when you raise your hand and said Allahu Akbar, if you know that you are entering the presence of Allah, then after salah, of course you're going to become fresh. You become like happy. You become like charged, even physically charged, like you have some kind of energy there, you want to run and do. That's why this book is about that. It's about stepping up in feeding your soul, stepping it up. Fasting, same thing. Hajj, same thing. We talked about business transactions even. Like we talked about like being with people or being alone, secluded. What are the advantages and the disadvantages? Today we'll talk about al-amr al-ma'ruf and nahy al-munkar, enjoining good and forbidding bad. But I'm emphasizing on the fact that we're not talking from a fiqhi perspective, we're not talking from like a aqidah perspective, but we're talking from a spiritual, moral, that kind of conceptual aspect, right? And we'll see. Allah Azza wa Jal, يعني the Imam here, Shaykh al-Islam ibn Qudamah, mentioning ayat from what Allah Azza wa Jal said and the hadith from what Rasulullah said. Then he put his reflections. يقول, he says, اعلم, you have to know, أن الأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر هو القطب الأعظم في الدين وهو المهم الذي بعث الله به النبيين ولو طوي بساطه لاضمحلت الديانة وظهر الفساد وخربت البلاد. He says, no, for sure. اعلم, كلمة اعلم هذه means it is important for you to know. اعلم is an order. اعلم means seek the ilm, means you know. Pay attention to what I'm going to say, this is going to benefit you. And Allah said that to His Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم في القرآن. فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله. فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله. اعلم يعني means you have to learn it. And when I say to اعلم means you know the whereabouts. يعني Allah عز وجل said فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله. يعني الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم himself does not know that لا إله إلا الله. Actually, before he becomes a prophet, he has to know لا إله إلا الله. يعني سيدنا موسى, Allah said, I am إنني أنا الله لا إله إلا أنا. Well, he knows that. But فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله يعني everything that it leads to. What does it entail? لا إله, that's negative. إلا الله, that's affirmative. So the deen is means you have to get rid of everything to worship or to give that status except Allah. Who's Allah? Now you have to, the rest of your life, you have to learn La ilaha illallah. Why Abu Jahl did not say La ilaha illallah? If it's just a word, they would have said La ilaha illallah. خلاص يا Muhammad, يعني. That's what you want us to do. It's okay. But that was not the case. فاعلم, يعني you have to know that أمر بالمعروف, enjoining good, والنهي عن المنكر, and prohibiting bad, telling people يعني, do this or do not do that. That's the meaning of أمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر. He said it is the greatest pillar of Islam. طبعا when you say the greatest pillar, it's not the five pillars of Islam. That's the most important thing. That's the concept why Allah sent all the prophets. He said this is the whole deen is about do and don't. Yes or no? يعني what is the deen? Other than do this and don't do that. That's the meaning of القطب الأعظم في الدين. قطب, you know that you have the polar, they say North Pole, South Pole, that's قطب and قطب. And the two sides. But they say the القطب الأعظم means it's like the north, the true north that the compass goes to. That's the meaning of the word قطب يعني. Means everything comes to that direction. فأقول الأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر is the main thing in the deen, practical. وهو المهم, it is the important thing that Allah sent prophets for. ولو طوي بساطه. See, this is an expression in Arabic يعني. بساط is the carpet. الذي جعل لكم الأرض إيه؟ بساطا. It's like a red carpet, بساط. Carpet, بساط. Allah made earth like بساط for you, easy يعني, paved the way. So بساط. He said if you roll that, يعني when there is a carpet and you roll it, خلاص the earth يعني مفيش, there is no carpet. فhe said this, if you roll that out, the deen is rolled with it. ولو طوي بساطه, يعني if the بساط, يعني if you consider أمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر like a carpet يعني. If you take that carpet and put it in the closet, قال لضمحلت الديانة. يعني the deen becomes rituals. ضمحل means became very compressed. ضمحل, you know when you have like a pond or the retention pond that's outside the masjid here, and when there is no rain and then it starts evaporating and there is no new water coming, then what happens? ضمحل. ضمحل means the water is what? Decreasing until there is no water. هذا معنى الاضمحلال. اضمحل يعني kept fading away. فيقول الشيخ said that if you roll the carpet of the أمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر, the whole deen will start like shrinking. وظهر الفساد. فساد will be there. طب why the ظهر الفساد? Because nobody is saying what to do. Then you're not going to do good. And nobody says stop the bad. And people continue bad. So what happens? The good is eliminated and the bad is increasing. So of course. وخربت البلاد, and all the towns would be, destroyed. وهذا فعلا الكلام صحيح. يعني if somebody comes in a country or a land or a culture and say you're free to do whatever you want as long as you do not interfere in the politics, what happens next? You cannot tell somebody what to do. Say, who are you? I can do whatever I want. Then now you don't have the power to tell them to stop the wrong. They can do haram and stuff because it is open. Prostitution can be legalized. So you can say prostitution is haram, but you don't have the freedom to say. You have the freedom to say, but people have the freedom to tell you, I don't want to hear it. And if you keep talking, I will call the police for you. You are on my property and I don't want to hear it. Get out. You are harassing me. Don't touch me. You're harassing me. صح? If you say that again, I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to make like what they call it, a restraining order. You see how the freedom goes? That's what it is. But guess what? There is no system except it has a part of Amr Ma'ruf wa Nahy al Munkar. There is no system in this world except that they have. The government has to have Amr Ma'ruf wa Nahy al Munkar. Otherwise, there's no government, right? You cannot speed on that freeway. And if you speed, I'm going to punish you. If I'm free to do whatever I want, why? Because you are threatening other people's life. But there is a risking of other people's lives in other ways as well. You allow people to drink. You tell them don't drink and drive, right? But a person is drunk, how he's going to distinguish? I'm serious. Somebody is not in a club or anything like that. He is driving and he decided to stop by and buy liquor. Okay, he bought the liquor now. You're telling him don't drink and drive. Well, he did not listen to that, but he killed a couple of people. Then what? It's too late. So How Islam do that? الأمر معروف والنهي عن المنكر starts from where the liquor is. It does not start wherever you desire, because the economy, you want more money to come because of liquor. But at the same time, you don't want to risk people's life. So you make money from the wineries, you make money from the bottling company, you make money from the taxes, you make money from the nightclubs, all these jobs and stuff, right? Trucks make money by traveling, people, all these factories and all of that, billions of dollars. And then you will make money by giving ticket to those who drink and drive. And you will make money by suing them. So you make money. But Islam said it's not about money now. It's about from the very beginning. لعن الله الخمر وشاربها وسقيها وعصرها وكل شيء. You cannot even sell grape to someone that you know that they're going to make wine out of it. You see, أمر معروف ونهي عن المنكر from the root of the cause of the problem. And then, before all of that, Allah said, if you worship me, you don't drink. From the عقيدة. إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون. إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون؟ Powerful. I said, all you who believe this worship of idols and the drinking and the gambling, it is dirt, filth from the handiwork of shaitan. Leave it, abandon it. It's not only don't drink, don't do anything with it. Stay as far as you can. Name comes, the word wine comes, I'm out. And Allah said, shaitan wants to damage you, damage society, damage you, because Allah leaves it open. يوقع بينكم الشيطان يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء. Are you going to become a friend with somebody who is drunk and driving? عداوة or not عداوة? Yes? Somebody drink and he start shouting at you or start cursing you or knocking. Some people, they drink and they come knock on your door. They are your friend. Not your friend, but friend. A friend who is drunk, he comes to your door and he starts shouting and cursing and harassing the people in the house or doing something wrong with their mother or their daughter or their sister. Adawa, of course, bad. Like an animal, wild animal. Gambling, everybody wants to win. How you win? By the loss of someone. So you go and everybody will become your enemy because you win. But if we love each other and do it in the halal way, I'm happy for you. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. I cannot be a complete believer unless I love your success like I love mine. But if we gamble, do I love you? لا طبعا. Now, if we are partners in the business and we lose, we're okay. If I sell something to you and you made more profit or I made more profit, next time we'll make up. No problem, because that's business. But if gambling, في something in the fitra, in the heart, that's why all this lottery and everybody hates the winner. Nobody says, thank you, I give my money and you win it. Who does that? It doesn't work. There has to be some effort. It's not like we put here on the table and if we do this pin like this, and if it comes toward you, you win. Nobody happy with that. فأمر المعروف والنهي عن المنكر, two things. We will talk about few details here. In Islam, it is part of our aqidah. Allah is the one who gives Amr Ma'ruf and Nahy al Munkar. If I do Amr Ma'ruf and Nahy al Munkar, it's an extension to what Allah said. I'm not doing it for my own desire because I'm Mamduh the Sheikh. Or I am such and such the king or the president. That's not my job, Amr Ma'ruf and Nahy al Munkar. No, my job is to enforce what Allah said. هذا معنى كلمة أمر معروف والنهي عن المنكر. But in Western cultures and liberal cultures and all of that, it is a personal thing. So you're saying, why you talk to me? Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear you. Assuming that everything comes from you. I have something and you are not above me. You are equal. So you cannot tell me what to do. But guess what? They go to a company. They tell them you cannot eat in the facility. They listen to that. It's not munkar even. It's an allowed thing. But do not smoke here because it is a gas station. It's prohibited by law. If you see anybody smoking they can go to prison. In the gas station, هذا النهي عن المنكر or not? Yes? طيب it's free, and this is a private thing. It's free. So when the two freedom clash, there has to be an authority to tell you what to do. I'm free to smoke, and you're free to say no. Who rules here? The law has to come and say, if you smoke in his property, I'll put you in jail. Thank you. That's what Amr Ma'ruf and Nahy al-Munkar is. Who told you that it's the Sheikh who was... and if the Sheikh said, يا أيها الناس هذا منكر ابتعدوا عنه. Who decided it's منكر يا مولانا؟ يا عم الشيخ، يا سيدنا، oh my Sheikh, my dear Sheikh, my dear Sheikh Saab. Who said it is منكر؟ قال الله قال رسول الله. Okay, سمعنا وأطعنا. If it is from me, don't listen to me يا أخي. Don't listen to me. I say that to my children, I say that to the family, I say that to my friend, to everybody. Hear me out. This is منكر. قال الله عز وجل كذا، قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم كذا، والصحابة كذا, و there is a story like this, والعلماء قالوا ذلك. What is trust? If you leave it, خلاص أنت إنسان disobedient، فاسق يعني. That's it. That's why not everybody can do أمر معروف والنهي عن المنكر. That's one stage that people do not do أمر معروف والنهي عن المنكر. Another stage that people are very good in أمر معروف, but they are scared about نهي عن المنكر. يا شيخ please give talk in the khutbah about a little bit this and that, but nobody tells you like talk about those who sell liquor and or talk about the people who have shisha and argila in their stores. I talked one time in a Jum'ah here about vaping and the stores, the Muslim stores that were vaping. Why Sheikh has to pick this up? Why Sheikh has to talk about the argila blue club, what they call it, blue lounge? There is a blue, Hookah lounge? They call it blue lounge or something like that. And I said I am addressing the brother who owns this to get out of this business. Open a restaurant or something. يا سلام, people come and say, why you say this? I take it personal. لا مش personal يا أخي. Personal, and I go there and do something wrong in his store. But I'm in America. I know if I do that, I'm in big trouble. And I will not advise somebody to do that. Because this is the Sultan's. Sultan, the authority, is the one only entitled to tell somebody to leave this place or close this place. That's not me. Even if I'm in a Muslim country, I cannot go destroy somebody's haram business. You know why? Because they're going to build it bigger. And they will sympathize. Everybody sympathize. Even if it is the worst thing ever. Said, why you are doing this? If some people, they disobey Allah and build the masjid to disobey Allah. Here in America. Let's say that. They build a masjid and they will disobey Allah in it. What can you do? Nothing. Except saying that according to Islam, this is not right. Can you do anything more than that? Can you touch them? You touch them, millions of dollars will come to make it bigger. And you become the transgressor and your image is bad and you lost all your credit in one move. And that's what lay people do not understand. Why you are not speaking about this? Why you are not doing that? Why are you like this, So, Amr al-Ma'ruf and Nahy al-Munkar is not for everybody. Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةً. He did not say all of you يعني. وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةً. Some of you, there has to be a group. يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. Inviting people to good. That means they have to be qualified to know what is good and how to invite people, when to invite people, why to invite people. They have to know. يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف, enjoining good, وينهون عن المنكر, forbidding bad, وأولئك هم المفلحون. يعني the rest are losers? No. But those are مفلحون in that aspect. يعني they will be successful in الدعوة إلى الخير والأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر. They will be successful in those things with Allah Azza wa Jal. But everybody muflih because they do tahajjud. Everybody muflih because they give sadaqah. Not necessarily they are the people who enjoy good and forbidding bad. But that means Allah Azza wa Jal said, let a group be elected among you to do that. So you have to be qualified. Because sometimes you have the right cause, but the delivery makes you lose. The delivery makes you lose. You find a young kid, and going inviting his grandfather who is disobeying Allah Azza wa Jal. How the grandfather will hear يعني. I remember like 20 years ago, my father told me, whatever you do, how much knowledge you have does not matter, because certain things people will never even give you attention unless you have a white beard. So there are certain things only an older sheikh would do. So don't be deceived by how much knowledge you have, or I know my religion, I know my deen good. Very good for you. But try to work on hikmah. Because there are certain things will not happen except when you are 40, 50, 60. You just enter there where there is a problem, and the problem will be solved before you even talk. You can go with all your knowledge and PhD and whatever, and nobody will want to listen to you. Because the problem is among older people. And then a young man comes, MashaAllah, yes, beta, what do you want? Naam, habibi, what do you want? Yani? Where is your dad? They will ask you, how's your dad? Right? How's your dad doing? Why he didn't come? Something like that. فيعني the idea is not. يعني one time a sheikh was narrating a story, old sheikh, يعني رحمة الله عليه. He was the sheikh of Qurra of Egypt, يعني one time. So he's saying that one time they were invited from Egypt to Iraq, himself and another sheikh, Sheikh Abu al-Unayn Shaisha. Sheikh Abu al-Unayn Shaisha he said that I was young. He was a young man يعني. But his voice was so beautiful, right? والشيخ مصطفى إسماعيل طبعا معروف. They were both invited by the government of Iraq to go read Quran في شهر رمضان. Well, Sheikh Mustafa Ismail, the king of Egypt, told them, I need you here. فسنت with the Sheikh Abu al-Unayn Shaisha. That's a story from the mouth of Sheikh Abu al-Unayn يعني. سنت with the Sheikh Abu al-Unayn Shaisha, Sheikh Abdul Fattah al-Sha'sha'i, another Sheikh. Beautiful, amazing voice also, full voice يعني. But he was not as famous as Sheikh Mustafa Ismail. والشيخ أبو العينين is like his child يعني, his son. فhe took him with him, Sheikh Abu al-Unayn Shaisha took him with him, and they went to the airport. They went to Iraq. When they arrived, like the prime minister was receiving them, and the first question he asked to Sheikh Abu al-Unayn, he said, Sheikh Abu al-Unayn, where is Sheikh Mustafa? فشوف يعني the idea is like, what's this? The other sheikh, he said, I want to go back to Egypt. If they don't care about me, I want to go back to Egypt. For the young one, he told them, يا عم الشيخ, عمي, my uncle, people here do not know you. It doesn't mean that they belittle you. You will act like this if they know you and they belittle. Then yes, but they don't know you. And this is your chance to let them know you. شوف الحكمة of the young person. So sometimes it's like that. For the older one said, والله هذه حكمة يا ابني. This is good حكمة يعني. And he said he recited like he never recited before. And after that he said, you come every year here. What I'm trying to tell you here, there are things you cannot achieve when you are old. But there are exceptions. And Allah guided the young one to have. But some people, when they know the old, they don't want to see anybody else. I'm saying that there are certain things that you cannot enjoy in good or forbid bad unless you are a certain status, or a certain age, or a certain level, or a certain culture, or a certain way of delivery. طبعا يعني الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم told سيدنا أبو ذر you cannot do certain things, and told سيدنا العباس his uncle, you cannot take leadership of these things. He wanted to be Amir on Mecca or Amir on something. He said, no يا عم, it is people will blame you in the dunya and you will be accounted for it in the akhirah. So avoid this. I'm saving you. You see, I'm saving you. I don't want to throw you into this. But also the Prophet ﷺ, he sees somebody more qualified. And in that way, yes, true. But also he sees someone more qualified. فيعني sometimes it's not who you are that qualifies you for everything. That's what I was saying to a couple. I went to such and such sheikh. I was expecting that he will talk to me more, but he just shunned me. I said, don't blame the sheikh. Right? Everyone have a certain quality. One sheikh is good in counseling, but he's not good in the knowledge of fiqh, and someone is vice versa, and someone is like both, and someone is like not good communication skills but writes, and someone he good communication skills but does not write, like me, and I have problem with writing. But when I write a piece, I'm a perfectionist. Then that's why I end up not writing anything. But I know how to speak good, and people can take from what I say and write. Some people are the opposite. They will write, Subhanallah, amazing. Cannot speak. Sheikh Wahb al-Zuhaili, rahmatullah alayh, writer that nobody can come, and bar none. And Sheikh Salah was telling me that nobody in our contemporary century wrote in that quality, with that quantity, more than Sheikh Wahb al-Zuhaili. Period. Period. يعني nobody can say otherwise. Prove it. يعني prove it. He wrote in Aqidah, he wrote in Tafsir, he wrote in Fiqh, he wrote in Usul al-Fiqh, he wrote in Hadith, he wrote in everything, quality. Like you see that, you think that he doesn't know except that one. And he writes, but how many lectures he said by voice? There is nothing. You see? Some people, they talk, but ما فيش writing. They didn't write one book. فالله, سيدنا الإمام مالك قال الله إن الله قسم الأعمال كما قسم الأرزاق. Sayyidina Imam Malik said, Allah provided people with certain things that they are good at, like He gave them rizq. Someone is a millionaire, someone is this, someone is the same thing. Someone you can do this, you can write, but you don't speak. So some people have the ability to amr ma'ruf nahy munkar, somebody don't. For not everyone, you have to see what is your strength and qualification and work on it. Now, and what I add to that is, if Allah did not qualify you to give amr ma'ruf and nahy anil munkar, train yourself to listen to those who give amr ma'ruf and nahy anil munkar. Because you will be one of the two. Either you are the one who's giving or the one who's receiving. So make sure when you are in the receiving end, you are not the one who argue. Yani you are not qualified to give, or you are not able to give, or you don't want to do. So don't shut the people who do. Well, that's shaitan's work. Yani. Oh, you're not qualified to do amr ma'ruf and nahy anil munkar. Well, I am qualified, so why are you not listening to me? في مشكلة الآن. يعني you do not want to enjoy good and forbid bad, but you don't want to listen to anybody enjoying good and forbidding bad, and you don't want to help someone enjoying good and forbidding bad. That means that there's a problem here. يعني always think the things that you are not doing, be in the receiving end if it is an interaction. يعني. Be in the receiving end. It's either you are a buyer or a seller, or you are both. Right? But you cannot say that I hate buyers, I hate sellers. You cannot do that. You have to. فقال الله عز وجل هذه الآية سورة آل عمران 104 ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. والله عز وجل showed us here, as the author said, that's فرض كفاية, not فرض عين. فرض كفاية, if some people do it, then the others don't have to. Like janazah. If there is a janazah prayer, we can be sitting in this room as long as there are few people praying. So it's a choice. فرض كفاية. يعني it's a communal obligation. If someone in the community doing it, وهكذا العلم في أي شيء. يعني seeking the knowledge in anything can become فرض كفاية. Medicine, going to medical school, it's a فرض كفاية. يعني if some people go to medical school among the Muslims, or if the community is doing it, you don't have to do it. But if there is something comes up as a need that a Muslim has to be a doctor in that, then it becomes a فرض كفاية. Someone Muslim have to step up to it. In education, somebody have to be. In the technology, someone have to be. So don't take things easy. Some people, they take it light. If I don't study Sharia and stuff like that, I'm not a good guy. No. You know, there will never be enough people studying Sharia, yes. But you can study to be above average, so you can help someone else, but focus on something else to be a leader in it. And I tell my son, do a business, do some source of income, finish a bachelor degree, work in the government or the city or something like that, so you can have benefits and packages and whatever they do, and do your job properly, or do a business to get money, and you know, leading salah, giving khutbah, and doing that, you have more than the average person. And do more, so you become always above average. So people need you in it, but you are not depending on it, and you are not like a scholar in comparative fiqh. يعني. Leave that to someone else, because a scholar in comparative fiqh, he cannot do the business, so he needs someone like you to support him. So if you have the Quran and the Deen above average, you can actually support someone, sponsor someone, so he cannot do anything except studying, and that becomes like jihad fi sabilillah, literally. But you go to a secular person who does not have any basics of the Deen, and tell him to sponsor someone to study fiqh for 10 years so he become leaders in the community. He does not get it. He will not get it. That's why my job, which I dedicated myself to in the past 15 years, specifically 15 years, يعني, is to have that middle group. Not someone who's completely secular but have all the affairs of the dunya. I'm not going to depend on that to think about this leadership. And I'm not going to expect a lot from people who are already doing it as a job, being sheikh and all of that. I want to create a group in the middle. That group in the middle, they are not complete sheikhs and they are not complete secular dunya people. They have enough of the dunya to be above average everybody, and they have enough of the deen to be above average everybody. So now it's balanced in their head. I need these guys and I need these guys. So how can I become the liaison, the connecting power in the middle? So I know what is halal and haram and everything, so I can invite these business partners and people, say, come on man, this is this and that, because they know above average. And when they go there, they know the struggle of the shuyukh and the huffaz and all of this, so they honor them and all of that. While they are creating someone who is the hybrid. And that is what it will take us back to the biggest ummah, that they are big scholars and big business people at the same time. Right? So someone who's Imam Malik, he does not have a job and he does not have business. But all the millions of denanir comes to him from his rich students. Yani. He didn't need. Imam Shafi'i will go work sometimes and do this and earn money. ماشي. Imam Abu Hanifa, huge businessman. And he built the school based on, like thinking and thought and all of that. So each one of them has a role in the community. You cannot say that, Imam Abu Hanifa is better than because he has a businessman. Who said? And he's better than who said? يعني Imam Shafi'i told Imam Malik one time, yeah, Imam, I went and I worked in the souq hard, and everything until I bought some dates, from my work, my hand work. So I am more honored than everything like that, and have some. So Imam Malik ate some and he said, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me the rizq of the dates without working. So it's like you worked hard and everything, but don't think that this is the only way that you can get the rizq. I got the rizq, you worked to give me the rizq. He's teaching him what? You are good and I am good too. I did not even ask for it, but it came. You brought it to me out of love. Right? Don't think you are better in one thing, because now me not working hard, so I have more energy to teach more. People like you who will go work hard and they earn more. We balancing it at the end of the day. Never think you are better than someone because you are doing something, because we at the end of the day we are helping each other. نعم. وحديث النعمان ابن بشير رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول مثل القائم على حدود الله والواقع فيها والمداهن فيها مثل قوم ركبوا سفينة فأصاب بعضهم أسفلها وبعضهم أعلاها بعضهم أسفلها وأوعرها وشرها وأصاب بعضهم أعلاها فكان الذين في أسفلها إذا استقوا الماء مروا على من فوقهم فآذوهم فقالوا لو خرقنا في نصيبنا خرقا فاستقينا منه ولم نؤذي من فوقنا فإن تركوهم وأمرهم هلكوا جميعا وإن أخذوا على أيديهم نجوا جميعا. حديث beautiful hadith we finish with إن شاء الله. Hadith of Nu'man ibn Bashir رضي الله عنه, he said, I heard Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم says, the example of those who are enforcing the hudud of Allah. حدود يعني the limits of Allah, means making sure nobody transgresses them. القائم في حدود الله يعني means when I see you doing wrong, I tell you stop. When I see you like lacking or being lazy or lethargic, I tell you wake up and do it. هذا القائم في حدود الله. He said the example of the first category is القائم في حدود الله والواقع فيها, يعني the person who is compromising it. So there's the two side. والمداهن فيها, the one who's a hypocrite in the middle. So there are three people, يعني three categories. He said the example of people like who went to a ship to go sail, يعني a ship, it has two stories. He said those who are in the bottom of the ship, it is the worst part they took. It's the bottom of the ship, they have to climb stairs and go through problems. And there are people who are above, right? And that ship is in the river. فيعني people bring from the river and drink. But those in the bottom, they cannot go and do like them. They have to ask them. And these people are treating them badly. يعني. And these people who have the water, they treat them badly. So every time they go, they have to go through all these, obstacles. And when they deal with people who are not, good manners. So they said, if we make a hole in the bottom of the ship and we drink straight from the water. So what they're seeing now, they're seeing their benefit, but they are not seeing the destruction. Now he said that if the rest of the ship left them doing this, mudahin they said, oh yeah, I can do it. Oh, these people are bad and you are okay, you can do it. So everybody will drown. But if they tell them no, even though you are transgressed, but if you do now, you're going to make a bigger musibah, because everybody will drown, then everybody is saved. The good and the bad are saved. For Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is telling us that you have to be one of the three categories. Either you are the one who have a privilege, or the one who is not privileged, or you are the one who is accommodating, telling people what to do. So if you are in the middle, you cannot leave those do what they want, even though they are transgressed. Sometimes the people said, why you are telling me you're not advising them? Because you are better. And sometimes I tell you, because I know you can listen to me, you are better, you are more practicing. I'm hard on you because you are more practicing. And I'm soft on them because they are disobedient. Why you are not getting it? And sometimes people will say, Sheikh, why you talk to me like this? And when someone who's disobedient comes, you are very nice and you accommodate them and everything. I said, because what you just said. Because they are disobedient and all that, I have to be accommodating. I said, come on, Bismillah, mashallah, the masjid is beautiful, nice, everybody's cute over here. You have to do like that. But you come to the masjid, you are a hafiz every day. I said, what? What are you doing? Welcome, man. Shame on you, like this. Why? Because I know that the deen is important for you, but you just got heedless. You missed your way. So I have to bring you back. And then I said, because I love you, I did this. Then you understand. But the other guy, if I do this, he will never come again. فالأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر is a skill. It's a skill set. A healthy person, you can push them. But a sick person, you can't. You can't push a sick person. And a sick person who's weak, you come and laugh with them. Hey, what's up, man? And you hit him like this, he's gonna die. But you come to a healthy person and you do that, they'll accept it from you. Now, inshallah, next time we'll talk about the degrees and the levels of forbidding bad and saying to the people that they are doing wrong and the repercussions of that. May Allah make us among those who always enjoy good and forbid bad. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala sayyidina Muhammad walhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. خلاص كده.